Esbern and Delphine were united at last, the last two of their order. The reunion was short, however, as Esbern insisted on returning to the task at hand. Delphine escorted everyone into her basement hideaway and asked Esbern what he knew. The world was coming to an end, he explained. Alduin the World Eater had returned, as we well knew by now, and would devour all the world unless we intervened. Arin, as the last Dragonborn, was the only one capable of stopping Alduin, but he would need our help. Esbern told us of an ancient holdfast known as Skyhaven Temple, hidden away in the rocky foothills and mountains of the Reach. The temple, he told us, contained all of the Akaviri knew of the Dragon War, and by extension the answer to defeating Alduin, as the ancient Nords did. We set out for the temple at first light, wasting no time in our journey to Karthspire, the area in which Esbern hoped to find the temple. We stumbled upon another dragon burial mound along the way, approaching just as Alduin himself raised yet another one of his dragon allies from the grave. Again he fled, leaving us to deal with his newly awoken comrade. The fighting was fierce, even more so than Kynesgrove, but we prevailed once more. Our battle had only just begun, however. Upon arriving in Karthspire, we found a fortified Forsworn encampment. Up to that point, I had only ever heard stories of the Forsworn, and was dismayed to discover just how accurate the tales of their savagery had been. To make matters worse, yet another dragon swooped down from the sky, attacking indiscriminately as he did. It was all I could do to avoid being felled by a stray arrow, or the dragon's fiery breath. But when the dust settled and the smoke cleared, we had survived the onslaught with only minor cuts and burns to show for it. Arin had absorbed yet another dragon soul on this journey, and was looking stronger than ever. After a moment to rest, we delved into the cave leading into the spire, where we found a few more Forsworn and what appeared to be the entrance to the temple. With Esbern's help, we successfully navigated our way through the traps and into the temple itself. Therein we found an ornately carved wall depicting Alduin's rise and fall, as well as the means the Nords used to defeat him. A shout, as it were, but none that Arin or Esbern could identify. It was time we returned to the Greybeards to seek their knowledge on the matter. Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Let's Play. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter episode because I really wanted to give you guys a full week to vote on who we're going to choose for our Blades inductees, and so I am not going to touch any of that in this episode. I figured because there's a pretty big chunk of story-heavy gameplay in the next little bit here that we would knock out some of that while you guys continue to vote on which characters we should choose, and then in the following episode, the follow-up to this one, we'll go ahead and appoint our new Blades characters and then advance a little bit further in the story. But for now, we're just going to take care of this little bit right here. Again, probably a shorter episode, very story-heavy episode, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the main quest in Skyrim, and I love all the lore behind it, so hopefully you guys enjoy it too. Let's go ahead and head inside and talk to Arngeir and the Greybeards. By the way, before we get too deep into the dialogue, I just want to remind you guys of a few things. First, I will have a link to the straw poll in the comments, so if you'd like to vote, you can either use that link or you can return to the video specifically for that. And also, don't forget to hit the like button if you'd like to see more Skyrim, and subscribe as well. It's the best way to help the channel grow and the best way to follow along with this series as it goes. So, where might Arngeir be? Typically he's like hanging out right there, but he could be asleep. No, it's too early for him to be asleep. Oh, maybe where the quest marker is. That might be a good place to look.
Your training proceeds well, Dragonborn.
I guess we'll just come right out with it. I need to learn the shout that the Nords used to defeat Alduin.
Where did you learn of that? Who have you been talking to?
Uh-oh. Does it matter?
Yes. For matters of such gravity, we need to know where you stand. Or who you stand with.
I have nothing to hide. The Blades help me find it.
The Blades, of course. They specialize in meddling in matters they barely understand. Their reckless arrogance knows no bounds. They have always sought to turn the Dragonborn from the path of wisdom. Have you learned nothing from us? Would you simply be a tool in the hands of the Blades to be used for their own purposes?
The blades are helping me. I'm not their puppet.
No, of course not. Forgive me, Dragonborn. I have been intemperate with you. But heed my warning. The blades may say they serve the Dragonborn, but they do not. They never have.
So, can you teach me the shout or not?
No, I cannot teach it to you, because I do not know it. It is called Dragon Rend, but its words of power are unknown to us. We do not regret this loss. Dragon Rend holds no place within the way of the voice.
I thought you knew all the words of power.
But not Dragon Rend. The knowledge of that shout was lost in the time before history began. Perhaps only its creators ever knew it, but I am not the one to speak of it to you.
Well, if the shout's lost, how can I defeat Alduin then?
Only Paarthurnax, the master of our order, can answer that question, if he so chooses.
Why haven't I met this Paarthurnax yet?
He lives in seclusion on the very peak of the mountain. He speaks to us only rarely, and never to outsiders. Being allowed to see him is a great privilege.
Well then how do I get up there to see him?
Only those whose voice is strong can find the path. We will teach you a shout to open the way to Paarthurnax.
Cool. So I've always been curious, why in particular does Dragon Rend have no place in the way of the voice, but something like Unrelenting Force does? I mean, if I can literally shout people apart, is that really better than being able to just like ground a dragon? I don't really see the distinction there. Or like Fire Breath, like what would you use Fire Breath for other than incinerating things? I don't really see the logic in that, but whatever you say, Arngeir. Whatever you say.
The path to Paarthurnax lies through this gate. I will show you how to open the way.
Okay. Do we really need to arrange ourselves around this fire for you to do that?
Look.
Come on. Come on. Do I have to like dance on it? That's one. That's two.
I will grant you my understanding of clear skies.
Three.
This is your final gift from us, Dragonborn. Use it well.
Alright, here we go.
Clear skies will blow away the mist, but only for a time. The path to Paarthurnax is perilous, not to be embarked upon lightly. Keep moving, stay focused on your goal, and you will reach the summit.
Alright, let's get that shout equipped and then we'll get moving. We should probably... I don't even know if we need to really bother favoriting it, because we're probably not going to use it beyond this, so... Here we go. Oh, I think I went a little bit too far forward there. Okay. We're moving. I hate Ice Wraith. I hate them. They're such a pain in the ass to hit. Hopefully that's the only one we have to deal with. Okay. Man, look at that scenery. Alright, we made it. Uh-oh. I hope that's Paarthurnax.
Drem Yolok, greetings, Wunderneek. I am Paarthurnax. Who are you? What brings you to my Strunmach, my mountain?
I think you already know who I am.
Yes, Vaza. You speak true, Dovahkiin. Forgive me. It has been long since I held Tinvak with a stranger. I gave in to the temptation to prolong our speech.
Now I kind of feel like a jerk. Why live alone on a mountain if you love conversation?
Evenar Balok, there are many hungers it is better to deny than to feed. Drechni Nakib, discipline against the lesser aids in Kachnar, denial of the greater. Tell me, why do you come here, Volan? Why do you intrude on my meditation?
I need to learn the Dragon Wren shout. Can you teach me?
Drem, patience. There are formalities which must be observed at the first meeting of two of the Dove. By long tradition, the Elder speaks first. Hear my Thum. Feel it in your bones. Match it if you are Dovahkiin. Why do you intrude here if not for Tinvak? Not until introductions are complete. Zin, the word calls you. Go to it.
Ah, okay. It's been a while.
You'll understand fire as the Dove do.
Okay, we should probably equip that. Let's see, fire breath. Do I have to use one of mine, or is he gonna give me one? I'd hate to waste. He's probably gonna give it to me. Yeah, I was gonna say. Good thing I didn't unlock it myself.
Now,
Okay. Now we can equip it.
show me what you can do. Greet me not as mortal, but as Dova.
That was kind of weak.
Yes, Sosedo Vrostmul. The dragon blood runs strong in you. It is long since I had the pleasure of speech with one of my own kind. So, you have made your way here to me. No easy task for a jaw, mortal. Even for one of Dovahsos, dragon blood. What would you ask of me?
Take a couple steps back, and then I would ask if you could teach me the Dragon Wren shout.
I have expected you, Proda. You would not come all this way for Tinvak with an old Dova. No, you seek your weapon against Alduin.
Let's see. How did you know I came for Dragon Wren?
Alduin Comate Teed. What else would you seek? Alduin and Dovahkiin return together. But I do not know the Thum you seek. Croesus, it cannot be known to me. Your kind, Jor, mortals, created it as a weapon against the Dove, the dragons. Our Hadrime, our minds, cannot even comprehend its concepts.
How could I learn it then?
Drem, all in good time. First, a question for you. Why do you want to learn this Thum?
I need to stop Alduin.
Yes, Alduin, Zemach, the elder brother, gifted, grasping, and troublesome, as is so often the case with Firstborn. But why? Why must you stop Alduin?
The prophecy says that only I can stop him.
True, but Kostid, prophecy, tells what may be, not what should be. Kostid Salo Ak. Just because you can do a thing does not always mean you should. Do you have no better reason for acting than destiny? Are you nothing but a plaything of Des, of fate?
I don't believe in destiny, but I will stop him.
And so perhaps your destiny will be fulfilled. Who can say? Des Motmahus. Even to the dove who ride the currents of time, destiny is elusive. Alduin believes that he will prevail, with good reason. Rakmul. And he is no fool, Nime, Rinnik Gutnol, far from it. He began as the wisest and most far-seeing of us all. But you have indulged my weakness for speech long enough. Croesus, now I will answer your question. Do you know why I live here, at the peak of the Monaven, what you name Throat of the World?
Guess I never thought about it.
This is the most sacred mountain in Skyrim, Zokravak Struma, the great mountain of the world. Here, the ancient tongues, the first mortal masters of the voice, brought Alduin to battle and defeated him.
Using Dragonrend, right?
Yes and no. Viknus Nikaron. Alduin was not truly defeated either. If he was, you would not be here today, seeking to defeat him.
Fair enough.
The Nords of those days used the Dragonrend shout to cripple Alduin, but this was not enough. Ok Mulag Unslad. It was the Kell, the Elder Scroll. They used it to cast him adrift on the currents of time.
Are you saying the ancient Nords sent him forward in time?
Not intentionally. Some hoped he would be gone forever, forever lost. Meye. I knew better. Tidbo Amativ. Time flows ever onward. One day, he would surface. Which is why I have lived here. For thousands of mortal years, I have waited. I knew where he would emerge, but not when.
Okay, but how does any of this help me?
Tid Krent. Time was shattered here because of what the ancient Nords did to Alduin. If you brought that Kell, that Elder Scroll back here to the Tid Ahran, the Time Wound, with the Elder Scroll that was used to break time, you may be able to cast yourself back to the other end of the break. You could learn Dragonrend from those who created it.
You wouldn't happen to know where I could find an Elder Scroll?
Croesus, no. I know little of what has passed below in the long years I have lived here. You are likely better informed than I.
I wonder if Esbern or Arngeir might have some idea.
Trust your instincts, Dovahkiin. Your blood will show you the way.
So, once I find this Elder Scroll, what do I do with it?
Return it here to the Pt.13. Then, Kele Vomindok. Nothing is certain with such things. But I believe the scroll's bond with the Pt.13 will allow you a seeing, a vision of the moment of its creation. Then you will feel, know Dragonrend in the power of its first expression. You will see them, Wuthfadon, my friends, Haken, Gormlaith, Feldir.
Who are they?
The first mortals that I taught the Thum. The first tongues, the leaders of the rebellion against Alduin. They were mighty in their day, even to attempt to defeat Alduin. Sahrot Hun. The Nords have had many heroes since, but none greater.
So, what does this shout actually do?
I cannot tell you in detail. I never heard it used. Kogan. It was the first Thum created solely by mortals. It was said to force a dragon to experience the concept of mortality. A truly von Mindoran. Incomprehensible idea to the immortal Dove.
Alright, well I think we've gleaned just about all the information we can from Paarthurnax, so we need to go talk to somebody about finding an Elder Scroll. I get the feeling that Arngeir is a bit out of touch. Esbern certainly seems like he's a little bit better informed, so I think Esbern is going to be the one to talk to there. Although, in terms of the quest, I don't think it matters. I think they both send you to the same spot, but from roleplay perspective, I think Esbern makes more sense. So let's head back to Skyhaven Temple and we'll have a word with him.
Ah, you're back. I hope you've made some progress on tracking down this shout we need to defeat Alduin.
Unfortunately, I'll need an Elder Scroll to get any further.
Ah, indeed. And there's a pretty puzzle. Not the kind of thing you will find in your local bookshop. Let me think.
Perhaps the College of Winterhold. What learning there is in Skyrim is gathered there. One of the mages there may be able to put you on the trail of this Elder Scroll.
Alright, well, I guess that's where we'll head.
That's all.
So it looks like we need to try the College of Winterhold. We'll leave that for next episode. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and break off this episode here. Don't forget to cast your votes for the Blades recruits. Again, I'll have a link in the comments and possibly the description as well as there's a whole other video up about it, so you can go check out the actual recruits there. There's links in the description and the comments of that video too. So don't forget to check that out and cast your vote. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Elder Scrolls V Skyrim with you guys, as I always do. My absolute favorite game. And I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.